Hello friends, so is poultry business profitable? The answer is yes, 100%. Poultry business is profitable. Yeah. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you that most commonly asked question, that is broiler business profitable? So just stick around, watch the video till the very end. Yeah. So I once had a shop which I was managing as my business for survival. And that shop, in the beginning, I injected in so much money and I tried running it. But along the way, because of a lot of taxes which were being incurred to the business and expenses that I was paying, the business failed to succeed. Yeah. So what that meant is I had to pull out of the business. Yeah, I could not afford to pay rent. I could not afford to pay the staff I was using. I could not afford to pay the trading license. I could not afford to pay URA, that is Uganda Revenue Authority, their license, just because not that I didn't want, but just because the business was not giving the returns. Yeah. So just like how a business can fail to get profits, it can also happen in any other business. But now when we come to this broiler business, we have one advantage, that the government has not yet put taxes on our poultry farming or the poultry projects. Yeah. So when you get your money, you get clean money. When you sell, there is no taxes incurred on your sales. Yeah. So you will just maybe go put in only fuel in your transportation means, and then you go sell and come back. Isn't that good? Yeah. So I want to share with you 3 major things which are going to help you make profits in your broiler business. Yeah. Now, for any business to be profitable, there are some measures that need to be put in place. And those are the ones I want to share with you. One of them is the source of your chicks. Always be careful where you get your day-old chicks. When you get the day-old chicks which are of a poor breed, it's going to make you not to perform well. So the poor breed will result into a poor growth, and then also will result into poor performance, which will lead to losses. Yeah. And in businesses, once you make a loss, you are going to fail in the business. So always we work towards making profits. So what you have to do is always be careful where you source your old chicks, where you get. There are so many people who have come on board who are selling their old chicks, but they are of fake products. You have to be careful. You will get a breed which will come at your farm and you have nothing to do with its growth rate. It is just a stand. Even if you feed, the breed is just like a local breed. So yet we are targeting after a month you have to sell your birds off and restock. So be careful where you get your old chicks. Don't be deceived with cheaper products, and then you buy a cheap one. In the long run, you make losses. So that is the first one. Be careful where you get your chicks. 2, learn to keep records. Okay? Learn to keep records. So many farmers, they don't keep records in their farm. When you reach, I've visited like 2 farmers, and when I visit them, I always ask them, where are your records? I want to have a look on them. And what they even be surprised, like, which records? Okay. So for them, what they do, they are like a machine. They just go buy food, buy vaccines, buy what, bring, give, and then raise the bats. At the end of it all, sell, have money, and then restock. That one is moving blindly. Like, you cannot even have a direction, a sense of direction. So always learn to keep records. Yeah, there are so many records that we keep in this business. One of it is the medical records. Okay, and then two, we have the medical records, we have the financial records, we have the sales records, we have the staff records, we have so many records. There are records of feeding, the feeding program records, you have the water consumption records, you have the weight records. When the birds come into your farm, you have to keep tracking their weight, their progress, either daily or weekly. For us here, we do a weekly basis of tracking of the weight. So those are all records that you have to keep. If there is any mistake in the farm, if there is any poor performance in the farm, you are going to look at the records and you ask yourself what went wrong. If maybe the birds are meant to take like 20 liters a day, and in that day they have consumed only 10 liters, there is a problem. Maybe there is an infection that has attacked your birds. So it's going to help you administer antibiotics as fast as possible, such that you may not incur losses of the mortality rate. So always keep records, and those records are going to give you a sense of direction. Any decision that you have to make, you're going to refer to the records. Okay, but if you don't, then there's going to be a problem. Okay, and always at least fail to keep others, but keep the medical records. Okay, and the sales records, because the medical records, they have things like vaccination schedule, they have the antibiotics that you have administered the birds, and when you are to stop, the day you start and the day you have to stop. And if that medicine doesn't work, it will guide you to go for another medicine. Yeah, and also vaccination, you know that this is the day I have to vaccinate. So those are small things that farmers are ignoring, but they are costing them a lot. So don't be one of those farmers who are going to incur a loss because of not keeping records. Keep records. Those records are going to help you. For example, the sales records, they are going to help you determine whether you made a loss or a profit. Yeah, so when you make your sales, you're going to get the sales minus the expenses, and you get what you made in a month. So isn't that good? Okay, and that is the way that you are going to realize the profits you have made. Okay, but if you don't keep those records, you will never know whether you've made profits or not. Yeah, and that's when those questions will keep on coming. Is broiler business profitable? But it's because you don't keep track. Okay, and if you keep track of the expenses, okay, it's going to determine how much you even sell your bird. Okay, because you cannot sell on loss. Yeah, so farmers, be very careful. Then the last one is marketing. Always learn to market your birds. When the birds are almost ready, like a week earlier, run and start making your clients aware, okay, so that they will consider, if it's a week plus, they will consider you, that after this week, next week, let us consider Uganda Growers is going to supply us with birds, such that when the week comes and your birds are ready, they will buy them off very fast. And when they buy them very fast and they go off, you're going to be making profits. Why? Because once birds keep on delaying at your farm, you're going to be feeding on your profits. So learn to be aggressive when it comes to marketing. Move far away from your place. Maybe you're very many in that area, so you can move and look for market in some further towns, further cities, okay, so that you can deliver. Okay, yeah, so learn to be strategic in your marketing. If you cannot market, then you hire a marketeer who will come and help you market your products. But in this broiler business, once you sleep in marketing, you're sleeping on your own business. So farmers, be very careful. Learn to be strategic in what you do. Learn to always source a good breed of your chicks. Always keep records, and then market your products. When you do these three things, I'm telling you, you're going to start enjoying the business of broiler farming, and you will be celebrating as you make a lot of profits. So thank you so much for watching this video. If this video has added knowledge to you, please like, share and comment. Subscribe to the channel so that we may grow together. Thank you so much. I remain Henry, a passionate poultry farmer here at Uganda Growers. Catch you very soon in another video. Lots of love. Bye-bye.